How's it going, my friends? Today we're talking about how to better qualify your leads. So if you're a business owner running your own ads, or maybe you're an agency or a freelancer, marketer, I know you're watching. But I'm going to share with you our top 3 ways to better qualify leads from Facebook ads. Now, it's an interesting conversation, isn't it? Better qualifying leads. It's just like, we're humans, and I think perhaps a lot of the time it's the business owner or the marketer or the positioning of the ad where you're not asking the right questions or you're not asking enough questions. It's just like me going onto the street and saying, who wants ice cream? Like, who the hell doesn't want ice cream except people who might be lactose intolerant? So I might say, who wants a pistachio flavored ice cream? And that'll wean out. Technically that's pre-qualifying. So I think it really is off the basis of asking the right questions and maybe asking more questions than you actually are at the moment. So there's 3 main vehicles that we're using to do this in multiple different industries, and I'll run through some of them right now. So the first and easiest one to get through would be simply to ask more questions in your Facebook lead generation form. If you don't know what that is, ask me for a video. I've got a video on how to set up lead generation form ads. And it's very simply just asking some open-ended questions. Like, a lot of the times, the biggest issue with these forms back in the day and still today is it's not an issue getting names, emails, and numbers. It's about getting people to pick up the damn phone. If that's your issue, keep watching. I've got a solution for that as well. But it's getting people to pick up the damn phone, or people putting in the wrong number and accidentally submitting it. It still blows my mind how that happens. But putting in a few more questions before asking for their personal information beforehand really weans out that from happening. To the point I would say probably about 99%, if not more. Now, some of the questions you might ask, like, is for one of the test lead generation ads that we've asked in the past, has been, what's the name of your business? Or you might ask for their website, where they have to manually type something in. And so if your issue has been getting people who you call from a lead generation ad and they don't know who the hell is calling, or that they've given you their information, use this. Ask some questions where they have to manually type it out. And then when they get to the next section, like here, which it should be showing up, but it's not. I have no idea why. Why is it not showing up? There it goes. This information is automatically pre-populated. Their email and their name and the phone number associated with their personal Facebook account pops in here, so they don't have to type anything. It's almost too easy to do that. So by previously asking a few questions of an open-ended nature, or at least short answer, where they have to manually type, eliminates people accidentally submitting. And so you're getting not only more connection rates, but at the very least more warm conversations of people who actually want to talk to you. So I feel like that's a big one. Now, the next kind of thing we're using a fair bit is obviously messenger bots. If you've been following me for any length of time, I love a good messenger bot. And we use it in kind of more of a conversational fashion. So I'll give you an opportunity to look at mine here, which is, open-ended questions and multiple choice in the same sort of scenario, where hope you're having a great day. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I give them an option to say yes or no, and I think that's important. If they say no, then I said, hey, okay, all good. Let me know if you have a question. I've got a lead magnet, so at least I can recoup their email address. And then I'll go into our email marketing automation, which I'll talk about in a second. But if they do say yes, I'm asking you stuff like what industry you're in, what's the business you promote, have you had success with Facebook ads, more conversational. And at the very end, they can book a call straight into our calendar here. So that's an example of a messenger bot. I've got a video on that somewhere. I haven't touched on any learnings on that very recently, but it's there. Ask me for it if you want it. And then something which I've been using with a lot of success recently is actually type forms or quizzes. Now, really, it's just an extension of this lead form. It's just a better user experience. You're not asking them 50 questions up front or even 6 questions up front. It's in a very, a better flow for use of a better explanation. So if we click this, yes, let's do it. What type of business are you? Click this one. You can see where this is going. What service is yours in the highest demand? Do you know which one that is? Yes, type it below. Let's just say pets, selling pets online. I don't know how that'll go down. We're acknowledging, and you can see the user experience is a hell of a lot better than this lead form. So that's why I think that's working a lot better nowadays. And it's a little bit few and far between. You don't see it that often. And then at the end of this one, as I just push through this, I will get an opportunity to book a call at the end of this type form. So I don't have any instructions for free on Typeform building quizzes, but have a look at our Facebook Hackers membership. It's only $30. It's a really good investment if you want to learn this stuff. I find this cool. So I like to break up the really logical brain. I like to break up the really numerical stuff in our forms, in our quizzes. So something stupid like which is your favorite pup out of these four has no relevance to it whatsoever. But then there's some quirky stuff like you can always tell a person by their preferred dog breed. Just kidding, just wanted to see if you're still with me. And then I ask for their personal information. This has a 70-something% completion rate, which is huge considering how many questions I ask. So let's just say, pop that in there, put my number in there. And just bear in mind the answers that I have put into this form now come up as a question to kind of confirm that what's about to happen next, booking a call, is a really good opportunity for you to get some feedback. So it's, okay, so being a locally based business, I clicked that earlier. Having a technical ability of 5 to 6, I clicked that earlier. Would you like some help to get your ads running properly, especially if you're spending 100 to 400? I clicked that earlier. I'd hate for you to waste money going forward. And go, yes, please, submit. And then bang, that goes through to booking online. We're using this also for a builder in Queensland. For some of you wanting to ask more sort of income revenue related questions, this is a really good idea for you because lead forms won't let you do it. Bots will let you do it, but also type form quizzes. So really, really good format and platform to do that with. So you're planning to do this by yourself, Lasana? Yes, working full time. What are you earning? 55 to 70K. Have no debts, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So that's for qualifying for a first home buyer. So Typeform is a really good platform. I forget how much it costs, anywhere between about 30, 40, maybe even $70 a month, depending on what sort of levels and options you want to include in your plan. So I think they have 3 plans like most software. But with all of this, again, the further qualifying that happens within this is simply asking the right questions so that you're only talking and offering calls or perhaps to go proceed further to people who are most suited to you. Don't get me wrong, there's got to be a human element to it as well. But if you're sick and tired of getting a lot of people coming through your funnels, whether it be a bot or a lead form or type form, whatever you're using, even your website, and you're not talking to the right people, they're not pre-qualified, I would put this in front of them so they can kind of, get an understanding about where they need to be. Because just because you can get a bunch of leads, if they're not qualified, it's a waste of time and money, let's be honest. And so what happens with all of these, whether they go through a lead generation form, go through a messenger bot, I mentioned earlier that I'm giving away this thing here in replacement of their email. I'll also have, after 15 minutes, I ask, hey, I've just uploaded my setup strategy for setting up Facebook ads in 2020. Do you want that? Drop your email. So everyone that goes through or doesn't go through our bot still gets into our email marketing sequence. Same with Typeform. We push all of their emails that they entered in before into our MailChimp email marketing. And that's what that looks like. So we've got about, I think, 30, maybe 40 different emails in here, which is just once a day for the first week and then 2 days and 4 days. And it's just educational emails. The reason I recommend people look at this is, yeah, it's sort of outside of the scope of pre-qualifying people and further qualifying leads. But, whatever happened to the conversation of nurturing leads, like just because they're not ready today doesn't mean they can't be ready in like 2 years' time, because you and I both know that this email marketing sequence doesn't take jack shit to actually upkeep. It's there, it's sending emails. Whether it gets opened by 48% of people or not going forward is irrelevant. It's just putting our brand and our service in front of people so that they can, we can stay front of mind for when they actually need us. So that's all I have for you today, my friends. Sorry, I just hit my microphone. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. If you do need any help, what you can do is book a chat with myself. Go to our website, click on something here. Hey, maybe you could go to our website, revellachlan.com, click begin quiz, do our quiz, and fill it out for yourself. So hopefully that's been helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, talk to you soon. See you later.